Right, my camera had just switched off again, so as I was getting on the bed, getting onto the top of this lane again. So I've just stopped, took the battery out, blew inside the chamber and blew the battery in, give it a couple of minutes to cool down. And now I've just got to go back to the main road, turn right and drop down past the station house, then cross over back to the car parks. I'll let you past.
Yes.
I would imagine you can go along that side of the field and then just drop down further round. As long as you go past the bridge, then just drop down the cliff on that side, further down. Right, so I've only ever done this pathway once where I didn't go along the main road. So now that I'm back here, I'm going to go along the short inner track just to see what it's like again. So instead of going on the main road and down past the station house, which I've just done earlier coming here, I'll go back this way. So you can hear the main road's really busy. Oh, what does it say about the railway bridge here? Because obviously you cross over the railway lines here. This is bridge SAC/24. They are Dog Hill Brow, STAINFORTH Foss at Settle. That's what this is called. Dog Hill Brow. I knew there was a dog name in it. Dog Hill Brow. Right, so the fine drizzle's coming back in vengeance now, like it did last time out. Railway line ahead. Be aware of, what the hell does that say? Approaching trains and associate noise, including such as, in other words, because you're right next to the train line, it's just be making you aware that when a train comes along it'll be noisy and you may get a bit of a fright if you're not expecting it. Right. Some training jumps here for the horses. Nice big brown horse here. Right, so you've also got your power lines going across this field as well over there. I can see the church in STAINFORTH just there, where I pointed my camera to on the way up here past the station house. Right, I'm trying to keep your patience, but this camera's getting on my tits. It's turning off again and again and again. So I've just stopped, took the battery out, blew inside the chamber again to cool it down and give it a couple of seconds before I put it back in. Then I've just put it back in, pressed record again. And while I've got my cap off, I'll clean the lens, because obviously the drizzle's getting really heavy and coming towards, it's coming across from right to left at the minute in front of us. Right, so this just dropped out another gate and you turn left and go back onto the main road further down. Just about opposite where I turn left to go into the car parks and the pub. Right, so there's the back of the old station house where I walk past coming up the hill from the car park. So it's on the other side of the train lines, look. So So like I say, people come along here with their dogs just to keep them away from the main road. So you hear the church bells gone. And if you do your research as well about church bells, that's why you don't see or hear church bells anymore, because they make the resonate sound, which is a healing. So that's why they've getting rid of all church bells, taking them away, and the only thing you get now is mosques where they play it over a loudspeaker. Come to pray at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But that's why all your bells have been taken away, because the resonating give the frequency for healing. So that's why they've done away with all the bells. But with Nasara and Jasara coming in now, all these hidden cures and all that the pedophiles have kept away from her for years and years and years, they'll all be coming out now. Especially like the med beds, that's going to heal with all. Literally, it's literally going to renew our bodies, renew our cells, get rid of all diseases, and just it's like being born again with a healthy body, and you haven't got any of the shit injected into you from being a baby. What I've been doing it for years as well, because literally as soon as you're born, they want to stick needles into you straight away, which kills off your natural immunity, and that's the whole point. Right. I couldn't remember there was a gate down here, but it looks like it's just going to bend around naturally and go back towards the road. I can hear the main road over there to the left, so it looks like it's just going to drop down and bend around to the left. But this rain's pissing me off now, it's getting too heavy. I might have to, when I go back to the car, just sit in the car for a while, hope it stops, or put a bigger coat on, so it's going to keep us a bit drier. Right, so when you come straight over the road and come on this, cross the railway lines again, look, you can go left or go right, go up the footpath where I've just came over to keep the dog off the main road. Well, that must be going into somebody's farm, so it's private, so they don't want you going that way. But you cannot miss that sign there, footpath to the right. Right, so that's the couple of pathways that you can come from the car park, from the pub at the Craven Heifer. Right, so there's we turn off where I came down the main road and turn left into the car parks. So I could have come out the car parks from the pub where I parked and just come straight over here, turned right and went back up along that path that I just walked along, but I wanted to walk up past the old station house to show you. Zips catching on the inside, so it won't come right the way up. Right, so there's a bit of a pathway going on the inside of the wall there, look. You can go further down. Oh, that's it, I've got the zip to come right up now. Stop the rain going down my neck. But that's what this is. STAINFORTH wastewater treatment works. So that's what it must be in that where it says private with through the gate. But what's this saying? That's so old, these posts, that you can't really read what's on them. Pennine looks like bridleway or something going that way, so you can walk all the way down there. Right, get past these two cars. Typical Yorkshire weather.
It is, isn't it? Is this Church Lane?
That's it, next door.
Next one.
You go up there and turn right.
Next one. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Mizzle and drizzle.
Right, so I'm back to where I was going to park the car. That's something I forgot to do, and not check to see if the toilets are actually open to use with it being a Sunday. Right, so that's a disabled and possibly a baby changing one. This one's a male and baby changing one, I think. And they're open. Yeah. Just want to check to see if they're open for use. Right, see this disabled toilet's open, or you've got to have a key. I wouldn't care in my car, I've got it like a disabled type. You can see it's locked that. And obviously the women's will be open as well. But yeah, that's totally pissed me off, that. I can't believe that. Standard charges for disabled bad, the rip-off bastards. So Stainforth Council, I hope you hear, you're a set of rip-off bastards. Right, so if I was going to continue after doing CATRIGG Foss waterfall, I could have continued, went over towards Malham to do Malham Tarn, and then drop down to the village, then go along to Janus Foss waterfall as well. So it's all these things that you can do while you park down here in one place. So you just turn left there and go up what you call Goat Lane, and then you turn right onto Henside Lane. That starts taking you towards Malham. They always put these cones right the way along here to stop anybody parking here. Because obviously this is for the people that live here, the residents. Right, so that's where you go, Halton Gill 7.5, Arncliffe 12. Turn left there.
Alright, I'm gonna start pocket dodging. We're just at a checkpoint right now, just waiting. So we just have lunch here.
And you were group 5? Yeah.
Tell me out the way.
Last time I came here, I parked this here on half and half on the pavement, but as you can see, every possible place that you normally park is taken. The other place is just where them two cars are as well, where the traffic cones are. But if you're very, very, very lucky, which I've been today, there's a park spot outside the pub. Right, Right, so the stream comes all the way downhill and goes underneath the bridge here and continues down that way.
This little left up to the village up. To the right.
Right, so that's where my car's parked. Outside the Craven Heather pub. Now I'm just going to walk along this little sheep's trail footpath, but at the far end it bends out the right and takes it into the square. Then you just cut through the square and then keep bearing off the right going uphill to get at the start of the farmer's track that takes you up to CATRIGG foss waterfall. So I didn't want to stop recording because it's keep going, so I didn't want to get back to the car and just open up the car and all that, and just let everything run while I've got it going. And just wipe any water off. I was going to go into the car and get me banana and me 2 oranges to eat, but like I say, when I get where I'm going it's going to be arse soaking wet, so there's nowhere to sit down anyway. Right, so there's a marker post just at the end here as you bend on the right into the square, and there's a tiny little bit of a waterfall down there to the left. Just there where it's dropping down over there. Looks like some kids have been trying to make a makeshift raft. It's slowly but surely floating downstream. They've got like a pallet on 2 plastic bins of some sort. Right, so this is where it brings it into the square. Brookside Cottage. One of the watch Channel 4, Brookside. Right, so that's back down to the pub. So yeah, I could have walked past my car, turned left and come up the road, but I just walked along the stream to see that little waterfall. I always try and keep close to water. I love the sound of trickling water over rocks. And that's what you come out the countryside for, to see likes of that. So everybody's got their own little parking spots, as you can see outside the houses. Right, so this is where the square is. We can drive around it, but they don't want you parking on it. Oh, excuse me. Right, so when I first came in with Jimmy, I think it was back in 2018, I hadn't got a clue where we were going. I just knew roughly where the waterfall was. But when you come to a place for the first time, you're thinking, hang on, where do you cut through? Is there a cut through the houses? How do you get up up towards the waterfall? Then eventually we got around the corner, and then I realised that that's where you've got to go, up this farmer's track. And obviously when we get here it's always very early in the morning, so you cannot really go and knock on anyone's door and say, can you tell us where they're going? Right, this is the start of it, going up the hill, and it bloody kills you by the time you get to the waterfall gate, the little gate you go through, because it's all uphill this farmer's track. Excuse me, have you been to CATRIGG waterfall by any chance?
We didn't go, but we went past the footpath that goes
All
to
right,
it.
I was
yeah,
just wondering
so
if it's
up there.
running quite good.
I don't know.
I would think so.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
with the
it
rain,
is,
yeah.
Reasonable, yeah.
You going to come and say hello?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Do you know where it is? Just seeing with the kind of head harness you got on. I've got a big XL bully I take for a walk.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, he takes me for a walk,
Yeah.
so I'm like Mary Poppins.
That's the reason, because he pulls.
He
quite a
pulls
bit.
like hell. It's like trying to hold back a freight train with a bit of
halty.
wool.
Those halty ones are really, really good.
They are
My
a game
daughter
changer.
says she tried one on before, you just wouldn't have it, you know, when it's trying to strike or
Oh,
rub
no,
their nose.
he'll still do that. He still goes.
Yeah.
But when people say that, they think, oh, what